I am an actuary.
I am an actuary.
I am an actuary.
Welcome to the We Are Actuaries podcast, where you'll meet leaders who use their actuarial powers to solve a range of problems and make a real difference. I am your host, Julia Lessing, and I'm a qualified actuary based in Australia. I help actuaries develop communication and leadership skills to build great actuarial careers. So settle in, learn from the best, and be inspired. Have you ever wondered how to take your actuarial career off the beaten path? Maybe you've already done this, or maybe you're curious about how to build an unconventional career path. Joining us today is Iris Lun, an actuary who's taken her career off the beaten path. Iris is the co-founder of 10 Life, Hong Kong's leading insurance comparison platform, serving millions of users. With more than 25 years of experience internationally, Iris has gone from traditional actuarial roles to building a successful insurtech startup and was recently named 2025 Actuary of the Year by the Actuaries Institute. Today, Iris will share her stories about working globally as a young actuary, pivoting to entrepreneurship, and the realities of running a startup. So, whether you're contemplating a career change or curious about non-traditional paths, this interview is for you. Iris, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Julia.
So, firstly, Iris, congratulations on being named Actuary of the Year 2025.
Thank you. Very happy to have this award.
It's a very good award. I'm really looking forward to having this conversation with you, Iris, because you have had such an interesting actuarial career, quite different from the path that a lot of actuaries would have had or might have. So looking forward to getting into that with you today. But before I do that, I would like to ask you this question that I ask all of my guests. How do you use your actuarial superpowers to make a difference in the world?
I'm using data and technology to bring transparency and fairness to insurance. That's why I've been running this startup online insurance platform that rates and scores all the insurance products in Hong Kong.
That's a great way to be using your superpowers, Iris, and an unconventional way, but I can see how being an actuary would place you really well to do that kind of work. So yeah, it's really
Yeah,
interesting.
it's one of the if you say the actual principles that I'm very passionate about is to be able to balance interests of policyholders. So in
Mm,
case of insurance, it's with the shareholders, the distributors, and the customers, right? But
mm.
in my more than 15 years of working with insurance companies, I've come to realize most of the time the power is towards the distributors and the shareholders
Ah, okay.
because a lot of the insurance products are so complex, and I think
Mm,
actually some to blame on that. So we sometimes we make the product so complex that most customers actually don't understand what they're buying.
right.
So they end up either not getting the right coverage or not getting coverage at all. And the
Mm,
problem only comes when they come to when they need it the most, when it comes to claims or when something happens, they realize they don't have the right coverage or they
mm,
can't get the right claims payout. Yeah. That's
mm.
why I think actuaries have a responsibility to bring that balance back. Yeah.
Yeah. Responsibility to protect policyholders.
Yeah, and in a way also bring back the trust for the
Mm,
insurance industry as well, which is a
mm,
win-win outcome.
yeah, absolutely. That's really interesting, Iris. I'm looking forward to unpacking that with you a little bit and hearing a bit about your career path in throughout insurance and in those different roles. You've had 25 experience internationally, and you've worked across corporate and consulting roles. What's that been like?
It's been I guess, a roller coaster journey, trying
Roller
different
coaster?
things, different locations. I started my career in Melbourne, actually. I did my actual studies in Melbourne, did
Uh-huh.
some internships, and at that time, the ideal career path that was taught was like, get a get a decent graduate job, pass your exams along the way, and then become, maybe if you're successful, become the appointed actuaries or chief actuary. That was the ideal career path that I've been at. But yeah, but I was lucky to get my first graduate role was actually out of Melbourne to Hong
Right.
Kong. with a Tillinghast with a it was an insurance consulting firm. And that took me on a journey to discover because I was lucky to be involved in different projects. I think at that time in Asia Pacific, bank assurance was starting to be the trend. So I was involved with a few bank assurance projects
Right.
and a few M&As and demutualizations across, I think, across Asia Pacific as well. So I've been involved in that and working with actuaries and other professionals around the world. So that really opened up me that actuaries can have so many different career paths as well, not just the traditional appointed actuaries for insurance companies.
Mm. What would you say was sort of an essential ingredient for you to be able to make some of those different and unconventional pivots? Because most actuaries don't have that kind of breadth of experience.
I guess I guess it's my nature that I can't do just one thing at a time. Even
Ah, okay.
during my actual studies, I did a double degree. I did a Japanese language. I'm more into arts and yeah, arts degree as well.
Wow.
And yeah, even during that's why it took me longer to graduate because I actually took a year off to be an exchange student in Japan. That was my
Mm.
first overseas experience of working and so living and studying in different culture, different
Wow.
country. Yeah, and then working in different parts of the world. And then, yeah, so after Hong Kong, I had the chance to move to Japan or move back to Japan to live and work for a while. And yeah, that took me. And then at that time, I also changed to another company, well, to ING, which is a global firm.
Mm.
And they gave me the opportunity to work in, yeah, the Amsterdam, which is the headquarters for the ING group. So that again
Wow.
opened up another great new opportunity. We're sort of living Europe and traveling around Europe as well. Yeah.
Wow. You know, I have, I was born in Australia. I've only ever lived and worked in Australia. And so I hear that experience and it sounds so exciting to me, but it also feels like a very unusual concept. Like, what was it like for you being so young and moving abroad and living in different countries? What did you learn from that?
Looking back, I'm actually glad and grateful that I did that all when I was young and before I had my family, because
Uh-huh.
yeah, it's a lot harder when you have your family.
Yes.
Yes, and but I think I had some struggle as well, especially it was before I qualified. So
Okay.
studying, yeah, trying to study and work and have a social life, it's
Mm.
hard enough in Australia, but in Asia where the
Yeah.
work ethics is a lot different, it's,
Yeah.
uh, it's, it's many times more difficult. Yeah.
Yeah. So how did you manage that?
Uh, I guess being young made a difference. Yeah,
Hmm.
looking back, I wouldn't be able to do it now. I wonder why I could work until like late at night and then still
Yeah.
be study and then go partying
Yeah. Yeah.
and then turn up to work the next day. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that sounds like a really interesting experience and right from the start, you've diversified your interests and what you're learning and different subjects that you're getting involved in you to sort of help support those moves as well.
Yeah, yeah. In a way, also, yeah. Some of it is pushed like sort of opportunities from my employers, which I'm
Mhm.
grateful for. Some I actually asked for as well, mainly because
Okay.
for the actuarial exam in for Australia is quite practical, like especially the part three exams. We only need sort of in-depth industry experience to be able to pass. So yeah, I was struggling with life insurance was okay because I was actually answering, or you're the passing actually you have to, write a letter or email to the
Mhm.
marketing or the marketing had to explain why you need this to revise this product. Actually, I was actually working on that role, so that's why I passed. But
Oh,
then for my
wow.
investment subject, yeah, because I wasn't involved at all, that was so I failed actually twice. And then
Mm.
I raised my hand up, hey, can I actually work in the investment department? And yeah,
Wow.
and I got that role. And then after a year of actually doing like asset liability management, doing investment advisory
Yeah.
for the company, luckily I actually passed the
You're able
exam.
to pass investments.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting process, isn't it? Just getting through those exams and how important it is to have that practical experience to support that.
Mm.
that study process as well. You can't just study that in a vacuum and expect to get through.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mm. Okay, so you've talked about working in different countries and having different roles and saying yes to different opportunities as well. You've also worked across a diverse range of roles. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
You're listening to the We Are Actuaries podcast, brought to you by the Guardian Actuarial Leadership Program. If you're looking for a tailored training program to help you build your communication and leadership skills, registrations are now open. Head over to guardianactuarial.com.au for more information.
I started off as an actual analyst in a consulting firm. We were mainly life insurance, consulting for life insurance companies. And then when I was trying to qualify, I did some pricing, some investment, some asset liability management. And my first non-actuarial role would be when I was in Amsterdam working for the headquarters or ING. I was given the opportunity to work for the board, the Asia Pacific board that was based in headquarters, and that opened me to a brand new horizon. So looking at how actually a multinational group runs on a board level. So I was helping them with analysts, presentations, attending board meeting as an observer, of course, but taking notes, advising the Asia Pacific board member of how to run, how the business, the business data and business analytics as well.
Iris, how did you build the skills that you needed to step into these very different kinds of roles?
I started off as, well, they gave me, it was more like a junior business analyst role.
Okay.
Yeah, the actual background, which helped. Learning a lot of be able to work with non-actuaries. Yeah, learning communication skills. I guess being sort of humble as well, because you're the actuary, you should know everything, but you actually don't when you're in a very different role. Just learning,
Yeah, especially when you're working with non-actuaries. I coach a lot of actuaries these days, and people often talk about how do we get into the next role, or how do we pivot into different places? How do I get the skills? And it's always interesting talking to people like you, Iris, who've done this and sort of had that confidence to step into to use your words, off the beaten path kind of role. What's your decision-making process when you're faced with an opportunity? So you said that some opportunities you put your hand up for, like the investments one, but others kind of came to you. I mean, do you have a decision-making process around whether to say yes to those, or do you just say yes to everything, or how do you decide?
I think looking back, I did a lot of being very analytical mind. I always do like a option A, option B, pros and cons, and we write down all the costs and benefits of the role. And sometimes it's back to so to be honest, some of the options are like just equally as good, or sometimes you have to trust your instinct and your heart as well. Do something. I've been always choose to something different. Like if there's something equally the same. In the past, when I was younger, it could be the one with the better money. But then looking back, it's more the difference as well. Like the one that is more different.
Okay.
The more unusual one that gave me the best outcome, the best adventure, actually.
The best adventure. So that's in line with your nature, as you said, you like to do different things and have variety in your work.
Yeah, that makes life more interesting. And actually, I learn much more as well in the process. Yeah, I think like learning is the constant thing. It's a never-ending thing. Even when I used to think that after my exam, that was the last exam that I would ever do, or the last study I would ever do. But in life, is every day you learn something new. Yeah.
You do. And I remember feeling the same way, Iris, when I qualified, thinking, oh, thank goodness now I'm supposed to know everything and there's no more to do. But actually, we're just constantly learning.
Especially these days with technology, with AI, with the way that the world has so many uncertainties. Every day is different. You never know what's going to happen to you or your family or your life, your career. So it's every day is a new learning. Yeah.
So would you say you took kind of a strategic approach to your career or just sort of more step change decisions along the way? Would your younger self know that you would have expected that you are where you are now?
I wouldn't. I knew I wanted to do something more like variety rather than doing a traditional path that like I thought like that was the ideal path. Um, yeah, and I guess even after working in the corporate world for a long time, it's every day going to work and trying to get a promotion, get a better raise. I've always wanted to start a business, but I didn't know what and how. And
Mm.
then yeah, with exams and everything is getting you want to think about it, just want to be, get pass your exams, get the next race and stuff. And I realized the more you wait, the harder it will get to actually get out of your comfort zone and do something different. So yeah, I'm sort of glad that I actually did it
Yeah.
at the end.
Why do you think that is, Iris? Why do you think it gets harder?
Oh, I guess there's the comfort zone. Yeah, I get it.
Mm.
Especially, most people start if they wanted to start business, they either start when they're finishing uni or not. In most cases, in the famous cases, people don't even end up finishing uni or college. They just quit and
Just
start
run
their
their startup. Yep.
not in the garage. But once you have, especially being professional, like an actuary, you have stability of job stability, the
Mm.
expectation of society that,
Mm.
why risk it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Especially when you work so hard to pass that investments exam to get qualified.
Yeah, you just want to, I deserve to be have the next round.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. You want that return
So,
on your hard work on that
yeah.
investment of investments. Okay, so let's talk about entrepreneurship because you are the co-founder, chair, and chief actuary of 10 Life. What is it like running a startup? What's it been like for you?
It's also been quite different from other startups because
Mhm.
say most startups are run by young people,
True.
students or new graduates. Me and my co-founders are all well midlife, like middle age when we started,
Yeah, yeah.
which is quite
More
different.
experienced, more wisdom, Iris.
Yeah, more experience and to be honest, even in insurtech or fintech, most of the founders are not even in the industry. They would just maybe they had a IT degree or some sort of market degree. Whereas we're different in the sense that we're older. We're actually coming from insurance professionals. We have actuaries. We have insurance sales professionals. We have finance professionals. Well, yeah, that's the main difference, which I guess help in a way. We're different. And I guess that also attracted the attention of the media. Also, yeah, I guess most startups also mainly work for business, so they work with other established businesses. But we actually see ourselves as actually working directly with the customers.
So you're
Mm.
B2C rather than B2B.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess both as well, because we also
Okay.
work with insurance companies to come up with better products
Yep.
to bring better business as well. Yeah, and the other advantage is also because we being already in the industry, we actually know how it works and also know
Mm,
the people as well. Yeah, so
mm.
that's the difference. Like most startups, they have to join all these competitions and some incubators actually to get the connections. Whereas we offered to join those, but we just didn't have time. We just wanted to focus on our business, and we actually didn't have the network already. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So having that network would have made a big difference to your success and to being able to get things up and running quickly.
Yes, yeah. But there are difficulties as well, like especially we were like what I was explaining before, we're all into had a very comfortable corporate life, having
Yes.
high salaries and stable job, and suddenly going from that to a startup is quite I would say an adventure. Yeah.
So how did you manage that change? Because it would have been quite a big change, not just in terms of financial
Mm.
security, but also mindset. What was the transition like for you?
we started off small in the start. We didn't even have an office.
Mm.
We were starting we're hiring like even mahjong rooms in Hong Kong, which was
Wow.
very small rooms where we did all our spreadsheet analysis and planning and yeah, how to go to market. Uh, it's been I guess it's been almost 9 years now since
Mm.
we first started,
Mm.
and of course we had ups and downs. We had times where we were running out of funds. We have times when our system crashed. We have times when we were, yeah, in the media, attracting a lot of attention, but at the same time attracting jealousy and I think opposition from some, say, long established insurance companies or the
Mm.
distributors, the agencies as well, saying, oh,
Mm.
we were not doing the right thing. We're like taking away their businesses. And yeah, so there's a lot of, yeah, noise in the market, both good and bad. Um, and then I think being able to, well, the fact that we're still here after 9 years,
Mm.
whereas most startups, if you look at the stats, they say most startups fail in the first 3 or 5 years. So the fact that we're
Yep.
still here and still making a difference, running
Mm.
a business, working for and making a difference to the customers and seeing the changes, that's comforting for us,
Mm. Mm.
yeah.
That's a great success that you're still doing what you're doing and making an impact 9 years later. It's yeah, it's commendable. The the noise that you talked about, like the good and the bad noise, and sort of managing that. How do you sort of cope with the bad noise, I suppose, when it happens? How do you manage that?
It takes a lot of I guess having a team helps because I'm not the only owner or founder. I have three other co-founders who support we support each other a lot, and we have different skill sets. I'm the only actuary in the founding team. We have other people who are more experienced in fundraising, people who are other co-founders is experiencing marketing. So they sort of how to get into digital marketing, the online, offline marketing, the branding process. Yeah. So yeah, different skill sets and yeah, sort of a small team, but the diversity of the team as well.
Mm, mm. And that's a powerful group when you can get people with different backgrounds and different experiences to come together.
Mm.
So I can see why that's been a successful partnership for you.
Yeah, and being an actuary, I'm always the more conservative one.
Okay.
In fact, this is too risky. Don't spend our money in marketing like food, like most the balance in a way. And I think I guess the experience of being older, founders, the sort of the life experience, I guess the crisis management as well. I always talk about
Mm, mm.
yeah, having the actual mindset of staying calm, looking at the actual problems, how to solve it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing. So, thank you for sharing a bit about your off the beaten path career path today, Iris. It's been interesting hearing how you've sort of sought out variety throughout your career and looked for different roles in different countries and different challenges and working with different professionals. And that's sounds like that's positioned you very well to be able to pivot into entrepreneurship and to start a business that has been quite successful. So really interesting to hear how you've sort of done that and navigated that over time. I'd like to finish our interview with one final question, and it's this. Iris, what's your top tip for actuaries wanting to take their career off the beaten path?
I think be curious. That's and because being an actuary, like a lot of us are pretty conservative. So it's actually okay to be curious to learn about how different things may work.
Mhm.
Um, maybe it's hard, can be hard to take risk and get yourself out of the comfort zone. But you
Mm.
think about it, you have the skills. We have the skills to actually take calculated risk.
We do.
Yeah, and some of the, especially these days with all this uncertainties about the world with AI changing, and a lot of noise as well, coming from everywhere, like social media, your family, your colleagues in the past. Everyone will tell you something different. You get advice from your boss, from your parents, from your community, and from the internet, social media. Everyone will give you different advice, or sometimes it's contradictory. Like do this and but don't do that. I was like, yeah, do listen to different advice and feedback, but just take what works for you. What are following what you think the traditional what you think the expectation is. Yeah.
That's great advice. Iris, thank you so much for your time today and sharing a little bit about your career path. And congratulations again on your Actuary of the Year 2025.
Thank you, Julia. A pleasure.
Thanks, Iris. Bye.
Bye.
So there you have it, real-life stories and practical tips from a leader using their actuarial superpowers to make a difference in the world. If you enjoyed this episode, feel free to get in touch, subscribe, leave us a review, and share it with your network. You'll find details from today's interview in the show notes below and on our website www.guardianactuarial.com.au. Until next time.